framework of Playing Camp, which is a whole story about how Playing Camp came to life, and then what is your role into this co-creation. But first we're going to start with the story, which is the WordCamp. My name is Carlito, and I'm the co-creator of Playing Camp. My role here today is to facilitate experience. My background is on psychology, in positive psychology, as well as in spirituality, in yoga, in Buddhism, in meditation. And that's the part of my mind and my soul. But then it's the part of the body. And my body training has been around dance, around theater, in breakdance, in contemporary theater. So throughout all these games, I have learned to use my body to increase my awareness and to socialize with people in a way that is fun and that enjoys prioritizing the good sensations of life. And your role today is to co-create this experience. So it's not going to be me guiding all the time. I'm going to facilitate different games, and I'm going to give you the space of expressing, proposing, and co-creating. How Playing Camp came to life? It was in an African adventure. At some point I was living in Zambia, and I was founding an NGO, and I was putting a lot of hours and a lot of work there in the office doing paperwork. And I was thinking, this doesn't feel totally right. I'm here in Zambia, and I'm living surrounded of all these kids that are so connected with the nature of playing, and they can play with anything that they have around. And so at some point I was starting to take walks on Lusaka, on the street of Lusaka, and seeing the kids, and I started to join them. And that's where it came so purely and so clearly. You can play with whatever you have. It doesn't matter. It's all about you being creative and you being explorative and expressing yourself and finding new playmates where you can co-create together. So having this experience of playing with these kids, I felt like this is what is needed in Europe. This is what is needed in the Western world that has gotten so serious, that has gotten so much into the screen. What we need here is to bring back the play to adulthood. Bring back the power of play into our daily lives. And that's how I flew back from Zambia to Europe, and I started to bring play into people's daily life, into their corporate world, into the dance world, into the psychology world. And my mission at the moment is to bring play to all of these places. And now we go to the million messages, which is one of the core characteristics of Playing Camp. Because we spend all day speaking with each other and talking with each other, and suddenly you wake up in the morning and you send a message, and then you spend the day sending messages here and there, or then you talk with people, and at the end you go to sleep and you send a message and you fall asleep. So it feels like all our consciousness as adults, we are always messages and talking and speaking and intellectualization. So in Playing Camp, we escape from that. We don't want to live in all these million messages, always in the mind, always thinking. What we are going to do here is coming back to the body, coming back to who we truly are, beyond language. And the magic of this is like the moment that we stop talking, because we will stop talking in Playing Camp, the different million messages will appear, and the clarity of non-linguistic communication. How can I communicate with you without words? And the magic of you are going to understand me so clearly. And when you communicate back to me without words again, I'm going to understand you so clearly. So by limiting all these million linguistic messages, we are going to unlock all these million non-linguistic messages. And that's the concept of Playing Camp, of the million messages. Then we have the printed pictures. We are creating a world where everything is digital. And even more now with AI, we are starting to lose sense of what is real or what is not. Because now the AI can generate images that never existed. So one of the missions of Playing Camp is to get a book and a guide and an album of all these experiences, all these events, and print this book. Because once it's printed, A, we knew that this happened because we were there taking the pictures. And B, they are printed. So the people that can look at them, they can have the feeling and the sensation and the experience, which is nostalgic as well, but it's so true, it's so real. Which is like we capture that moment and we bring it into the physical world back. So as a participant of Playing Camp, you will have the opportunity of getting a copy of these printed pictures and then enjoying and reliving again the experience of having been there in a Playing Camp.